Have you ever promised yourself, from tomorrow, I'll wake up early, stop wasting time, and focus on my goals, only for tomorrow to come and go with nothing changing? If that sounds familiar, this video is exactly what you need. Today, we're diving deep into the key ideas from the game-changing book, The Science of Self-Discipline by Peter Hollins. This book unpacks why self-discipline feels so hard, how your willpower really works, and gives you practical steps to build unshakable mental toughness in your everyday life. So, let's get started. First, we need to correct a huge misunderstanding about self-discipline. Most of us think disciplined people are just born with more motivation, more focus, or some kind of superhuman strength. But this book makes one thing crystal clear. Self-discipline isn't a personality trait. It's a skill. And just like any other skill, you can train it and get better at it. Peter Hollins uses proven psychology and relatable, real-life examples to show us how we can finally resist temptation, take control of our impulses, and consistently move toward our biggest goals. So, what is self-discipline really? The first major idea from the book is both simple and incredibly powerful. Self-discipline is not about forcing yourself to suffer or white-knuckling your way through every challenge. It's about making smarter decisions in advance, so you don't have to rely on willpower when you're feeling weak. Think of your willpower like a phone battery. Every single decision you make throughout the day, what to wear, what to eat, whether to scroll on your phone or get to work, drains that battery. This is why you feel strong and capable in the morning. But by the evening, you're more likely to give in to bad habits. Here's the secret. Disciplined people don't actually have more willpower than you. They've just learned how to use less of it. So if willpower is a limited resource that runs out, how do they still manage to get so much done? This brings us to one of the most important lessons in the entire book. Control your environment, not just your mind. Your surroundings have way more control over your behavior than your motivation ever will. If there's junk food on your counter, you're going to eat it. If your phone is sitting right next to you, you're going to check it. This doesn't happen because you're weak. It happens because you're human. So, instead of constantly fighting temptation head-on, the smart move is to remove the temptation altogether. For example, if you want to study more, make a rule to keep your phone in another room. Want to save more money? Set up automatic transfers to your savings account the day you get paid, before you even have a chance to spend it. Want to exercise consistently? Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Self-discipline becomes almost effortless when the path of least resistance leads to your goals, not away from them. Imagine trying to stay focused while sitting in a loud, chaotic market. Now, picture yourself trying to do the same task in a peaceful, quiet library. Same person, same goal, but a completely different environment leads to a completely different result. Now, let's talk about the core skill that self-discipline is built upon. At the very heart of it all is delayed gratification. This is the ability to choose a bigger, better reward later over a small, fleeting pleasure right now. Scrolling through social media feels good in the moment, but getting good grades, achieving your fitness goals, or building a successful career feels so much better later on. The book explains that successful people train themselves to simply pause before they act. They ask one simple question: will my future self thank me for making this choice? The goal isn't to be perfect. You just need to create a small gap of time or pause to make a conscious decision instead of acting on autopilot. But what if you still feel mentally weak, easily distracted, or just plain tired all the time? This is where mental toughness comes in. And the good news is, it's built, not born. Mental toughness isn't about being an emotionless robot or acting aggressively. It's about learning to stay consistent, even on the days you don't feel like it. The book suggests a powerful strategy. Start ridiculously small. Don't try to force yourself into a 1-hour workout if you haven't exercised in months. Start with just 5 minutes. Don't pressure yourself to read a whole book in a week. Start with just 2 pages a day. Every tiny win you achieve builds your confidence. That confidence then builds your discipline, and that discipline creates unstoppable momentum. Over time, your brain starts to see these disciplined actions as normal, not as something painful to be avoided. This leads us to another major reason why we all struggle to stick with our goals. We rely on motivation, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. If you only work when you feel motivated, you'll spend most of your time stuck. Peter Hollins explains a life-changing concept. Action comes before motivation, not the other way around. When you take action, even a tiny one, even without any motivation, your brain rewards you with a sense of progress. That feeling of progress is what actually creates motivation to keep going. So, instead of waking up and asking, how do I feel today? Try asking, What is the absolute smallest action I can take right now to move forward? Shifting your focus with that one simple question can completely change the trajectory of your life. Before we wrap up, there's one final, powerful idea that ties everything together. Your identity shapes your discipline. The book highlights the incredible power of how you see yourself. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to wake up early," start telling yourself, "I am the kind of person who wakes up early." Instead of thinking, "I really want to be disciplined," declare to yourself, "I am a disciplined person." Your actions will always work to align with your identity. When being disciplined becomes a part of who you are, it stops feeling like a constant, draining struggle. So, what's the ultimate message of the science of self-discipline? It's that building discipline isn't about being harsh on yourself or using brute force. It's about being smart. It's about understanding how your mind actually works, and then designing your life around that knowledge. Control your environment to make good choices easy. Practice delaying gratification by pausing before you act. Start small to build momentum. Take action, even when you don't feel motivated. And finally, build the identity of a disciplined person. If you apply even one or two of these powerful ideas from the book, you will see a dramatic improvement in your focus, your habits, and your self-confidence. If you found this summary helpful, and you're ready to get a complete roadmap for building willpower, mental toughness, and achieving long-term success, I highly recommend you read The Science of Self-Discipline by Peter Hollins. You can find the link to get your copy in the description below. Thanks for watching. Stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next video.